Season that could have changed your mind and got you to play again?
Towards, getting back on the floor. And yeah, so no date yet, but, I'm starting to ramp it up.
Hey, Ben, was there anything this season that could have changed your mind and got you to play again, or was your mind made up and, until you were out of Philadelphia, you were definitely not going to play again?
For me, it was just making sure mentally I was right to get out there and play again. So that's something I've been, dealing with. And it wasn't about the fans or coaches or comments made by anybody. It was just a personal thing for me. That was earlier than, that series or even that season that I was dealing with. And that organization knew that. So it was something that, I continue to deal with, and, I'm getting there and getting to the right place to, get back on the floor.
Hey, Ben, there was so much source reporting around everything going on with you. So I guess so you're saying that the mental health issue preceded you requesting the trade in the off season. Okay, I guess can you just shed a little light on the timeline and everything?
Yeah, for me, that was never, the mental health has nothing to do with just the trade. It was a bunch of things that I was dealing with as a person in my personal life that I don't really want to go into depth with. But yeah, I'm here now. So, it's a blessing to be, in an organization like this. And, I'm just looking forward to getting back on the floor and building something great here.
First off, welcome to Brooklyn. For you personally moving forward, I'm curious what the kind of things are, if you can even quantify them, have to happen, I guess, for you to be in the right headspace, to be out on the court and competing.
Just staying on top of what I need to stay on top of, and being consistent with that is getting to the place where I can do that.
Hey, Ben, I wanted to ask you a couple things. When you played your last game with the Sixers, what was going through your minds? What were your last emotions? And what was the straw that basically snapped that made you say, it's time to go?
I don't think it was really that. It was more so just it was just piled up, a bunch of things that have gone on over the years to where I just knew I wasn't myself, and I needed to get back into that place of, being myself and being happy as a person, and taking care of my well-being. And that was that was the major thing for me. It wasn't about the basketball. It wasn't about the money, anything like that. I want to be who I am and get back to, playing basketball at that level and, being myself.
And the last game?
Last game?
Yeah, what's kind of what was going on through your mind after the last game?
That I need to get in a good place mentally, honestly. That was the main thing.
And when you look at this roster, the makeup of this team, there are times where you could be on the floor with KD and Kyrie. You could be out there without either one of them. How do you see your role in fitting in, or what kind of conversations have you had with Steve about what that would be?
Yes, I think it's just staying aggressive, playing to my strengths, and that's, being a playmaker and making the right plays, setting my guys up, and then defensively, obviously, locking down who I need to lock down. So I'm excited to, get in the floor with these guys. Is incredible team, incredible talent. So super excited.
Hey, Ben, how's it going? Welcome to Brooklyn. Obviously, Kyrie was away from basketball for a little while at the beginning of the season. He was talking about how difficult it was for him to practice, to play against high caliber players because everyone's obviously in their seasons. What were you able to do while you were away from the team that would, I guess, be able to help you prepare for this moment?
Just being consistent with my work. Every day, being very consistent with my work, making sure I'm taking care of my body, and then staying on the floor. So I was on the floor pretty much every day, just trying to stay ready physically.
Kind of just touching that a little bit. So have you been playing pickup, like lifting? I guess, what has your routine been since you've been away from the team and everything?
Right. So lifting, Pilates, all of that. And then on court, being with my trainers, ones, twos. We've had some bodies for, 3-on-3, 4-on-4.
Hey, Ben, I know you're moving forward. You're all about today and what's happening in Brooklyn. But just again, with all that source reporting around what was going on with you, I guess just for Sixers fans, did you feel like you couldn't get back to the place where you wanted to be in Philadelphia? And was that part of the reason you asked for a trade? I guess, could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I think that was part of it. I think, I just wasn't in the place there to do that. And a lot of things had happened over that summer to where I didn't feel like I was getting that help. But it is what it is. I don't have any, it wasn't a personal thing towards, any player or coach or, owners or anything like that. It was about myself, getting to a place where, I need to be.
When it comes to that mental recalibration, has it helped, or even how much has it helped just to have a change of pace, a different environment, where to take your skills?
I think it has. I think just the way everybody's welcomed me here has been great. It's been a very positive experience, it's just being here so far. And, I'm looking forward to what's to come.
And a couple quick ones, just following up on the Philly stuff. Why do you think it got so bad there?
If I knew, I would tell you everything. But there's just a lot of things internally that, had happened over time. And it just got to a place where I don't think it was good for me mentally. So, it is what it is. It happened and moving forward. So.
And as far as playing with Kyrie and KD, how do you think what you do accentuates what they already do on the floor well?
I think it's going to be scary. Having those guys running alongside me, there's, multiple different weapons on the floor. And I think at the pace we want to play at, it's going to be unreal.
I'm wondering, as someone who's, plays basketball for a living and loves the game, was it difficult to, kind of stick with that? And what was the most challenging thing about that?
Not doing what I love. That was definitely the most difficult part, especially for that long. And, when you take someone away from somebody that, what they love doing, it's hard for anybody. So, over time, I worked on that and trying to stay in a positive place and get to, where I need to be. It was difficult, but, I'm blessed to be in this situation and have this opportunity.
Ben, who was your supporting cast that helped you get through this time? And was it hard not to, it seemed like for a while, every day somebody was saying something, whether it was somebody, Sixers, media, did you pay attention to that? And did any of that bite you?
This is the first time I'm really speaking out, right? So last 6 months, I had everybody saying something, but not everybody knew. So I can't really say anything negative towards anybody that was saying something because they just didn't know. And I'm not the type of person to try to put somebody down for something I don't know about. That's just not me as a man. So, I had my family there supporting me from day one. Friends, I've made a ton of friends that work with the Sixers too. So it was never, a personal thing. It was just for my well-being to get where I need to be to.
And is there anything that was said that you heard that you'd like to clear up that you?
Man, if we'll be here for a while if that's the case. There's been, everybody had a source, right? There's hundreds of sources.
I apologize if I'm getting ahead of ourselves too much, but you guys do have a game in Philly in a couple of weeks. Do you think you can be ready for that? Physically, mentally, I imagine it's
I hope so.
Lisa Salters.
Hey, Ben, just you saying that you want to get back to being the guy, the player that you are mentally, physically. Just where are you now mentally and physically? Where do you think you are?
Physically, I think, over the last 6 months I've been working, so I feel physically pretty good. Mentally, I'm getting there, so it's an ongoing thing to just stay on top of that. But I think I'm heading in the right direction.
Thank you.
Ben, you said you were looking forward to that game against the Sixers. I'm curious, do you think the way all of this went down, the proximity, the quality of the rosters, the caliber of players, yourself and James, do you think, that this is instantly now going to become a fierce rivalry?
I've been on the other side, so I've played Brooklyn in the first round and had them booing and Jared Dudley talking shit to me. So that was a lot of fun, though. I love Jared for that. But no, I want everybody to be looking at us like we're the best team, and we got to get there. It's going to take time, but I'm positive we can do that. And, I believe in, coaches and the organization here and the players to do that.
And secondly, you talked about having to get in the right mental space to be able to play. When you see, or maybe you don't see them, when people are commenting or opining that this was not real, this is fake, these are lies, whatever, Do you take offense to that?
No, because I can't tell somebody else how they feel, right? I can't tell somebody, you know, you need to do this or that, because I don't know how they feel. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know how they're processing things. So I can't do that, but I can't also put somebody else, you know, down for having those comments. I'm just not that person, you know. I'm never going to put my teammates down, my coaches or anything like that. So it's just, you know, it is what it is.
Malika Andrews.
Hey, Ben, I have two for you. I'm just curious. One, what was the communication like with Philadelphia on the way out? And as you look back, is there anything in order to kind of move forward that you would have done differently?
Yeah, I think the communication, I spoke to Elton, I spoke to Josh Harris, they called me, I spoke to Doc Rivers, and I spoke to Tobias. There was a couple other players I spoke to about it. And, you know, they were happy, you know, for me to just be in a different situation and, you know, for me to get back on the floor eventually. So overall, I think, you know, they supported me well enough through this.
Did you speak with Joel?
No, I did not.
Thank you.
Ben, trade deadline day, were you